Hi there. Thanks for joining me. You're watching the Weather Network. My name is Kim MacDonald. This is your national forecast. We're going to take you across the country, show you what's going on. 2 weeks, that's it, 2 weeks, and the official start of spring, although it doesn't necessarily mean that everything will be in blossom, the birds will be singing. Yeah, it's going to take a while, as it always does in March. When it rains lightly in and around the lower mainland, a lot of people don't even bother with the umbrellas. Okay, so we have another system that's moving up. That's going to bring some snow into the BC interior, especially for the higher elevations. A few more showers for the coast. Not so much for Vancouver Island. It won't be too bad for you in Victoria. But we do have that snow, as I mentioned, 10 to 20 centimeters expected from Cranbrook to the Crow's Nest Pass. So we've got a little bit more snow there. And then for the next 3 days, temperatures look a little bit like this, and conditions as well. So Victoria has some sunshine in the forecast. Vancouver not too bad, although Thursday a little unsettled. And then Calgary and Edmonton, let's go there. Temperatures are going to be up and down. And man, what a cleanup. They've already spent about $500,000 on 150 pieces of equipment to clear the streets in Winnipeg. I believe it's Thursday that the side streets will get cleaned. That money and that equipment was based on the main streets of Winnipeg, and of course the big snow falling in Miami. We've got more snow coming, as I mentioned, the BC interior, 5 to 10 centimeters of snow expected southern areas of Alberta. We've got a system in its development stages, and that'll drop some snow Wednesday into Thursday. So temperatures still on the cool side. Here comes the low. That'll stay mainly into southern Alberta, southern Saskatchewan, northern locales really not getting the snow with this. And here are the next 3 days. So temperatures, again, close to seasonal values, but a little on the cool side. And yes, you've got some snow coming your way. Okay, some people pay to see this. Over, and the deer approached him rather than running away. A little unusual, but a great video, and we appreciate that you sent us it, Gord. It's great stuff. We've got some snow for northern Ontario. We're talking about 10 to 15 centimeters in the far north. But overall, just a little skiff of snow across much of the northeast. Southern Ontario may get a little taste of this as well on Thursday. But Wednesday, primarily, the snow stays to the north. Southern Ontario, I wanted to mention this, around the western shores of Lake Ontario, could see a little bit of freezing drizzle on Wednesday. So just keep that in mind. We're not talking about any kind of big snow there. And temperatures for the next 3 days look a little bit like this. So calm overall, but again, has been coming down for Newfoundland. In these locales anyway, it was primarily rain, and boy was it heavy, but clearing now. Hi, glad to have you here. My name is Kim MacDonald. You're watching the Weather Network. Had a bit of a soggy day in Vancouver, certainly not what was happening on the weekend, where we had almost torrential downpours in BC. But it was a light rain through the day. Temperature about accumulating snow in places like Cranbrook over to Crow's Nest Pass. Here's the next system moving in. It doesn't look like Vancouver is going to see a whole lot with this. Maybe some cloud cover. That's about as bad as it gets. But more snow moving into the BC interior. And that's going to spill over into Alberta as well. So keep that in mind. You do have some snow coming your way through southern Alberta coming up. 10 to 20 centimeters at the most. Most of this will be higher elevation snows. Calgary saw close to 30 centimeters of snow in Calgary. The worst is over, but again, more snow coming. We're not talking about big accumulations, but still some snow in the forecast. So here's the next 3 days. Victoria, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. Edmonton, a cold day on Thursday. We're looking at a high of no more than -10. So temperature a little cooler than average. -1 is normal for Edmonton. Let's continue east. This time we're on our way. Yeah, nothing to sneeze at. 5 to 10 centimeters. That's the snow that's coming through Alberta, Saskatchewan as well. And then over towards Manitoba Wednesday into Thursday. We're not talking about big snow with this. It's really going to fizzle out, so less than 5 centimeters. And of course, some areas have seen an incredible amount of snow in Manitoba, including Miami, 56 centimeters. So the last thing you want is more snow. We're in spring, right? 2 weeks. 2 weeks, people. We can count the days now. So we've got high pressure for the eastern prairies. There's that snow that's moving in. So we're not talking about heavy amounts of precipitation. Regina, Saskatoon, Winnipeg, and Thunder Bay. This is your next 3 days. So not so bad. You're watching the Weather Network. This is your regional forecast. My name is Kim MacDonald. I'm glad to have you along. We're 2 weeks away from spring. I think a lot of people are anxious for the milder weather. I'll take a look at your long-range forecast momentarily, but first, sinkholes have Really fascinating stuff coming out of Florida. I mean, scary, obviously, but wow, some interesting visuals there. Okay, let's bring it back home. Temperatures have been a little shy of seasonal the last few days, and we're going to get a trend of some milder weather coming in, so that's some good news. Toronto has seen temperatures around the -1 mark day overall. I think a lot of people will take the cold when they get the sun. There's been a lot of cloudy days of late, hasn't there? Now, we could see a little bit of freezing drizzle around the western shores of Lake Ontario, so Mississauga, Guelph, Hamilton, you may see a little bit of this. So you may have been noticing that in your local forecast. It's just some moisture coming off the lake. It's not a big deal. Freezing drizzle at best, or at worst, I guess, and it's just patchy stuff. Otherwise, we're looking at a few flurries moving in on Thursday, so really not a big deal overall. Temperatures to start the day will be fairly mild, around the freezing mark, with a little bit of a wind chill. I love this video coming out of Minden, Ontario. Of the car, of course, deer very dangerous on the road, cause a lot of problems, accidents, and injuries, but that little deer was not afraid of anything and came right up to the door. This is your long-range forecast.